Hey everybody, it's Brad.
And I'm Claire.
And guess what, sister? We get to spend the day together. She's driving. We're going to Wausau. It's gonna be like a party in the vehicle here.
Oh yeah.
Wausau has a tank. That means it's officially a city, because you can't have a city without a tank. Oh yeah, we're stopping in at Jerry's Music. And what Mama don't know, can't hurt her, right? Actually, I think that's a horrible idea. But I do want to go into the music store.
I think we should get Caleb a drum kit for Christmas.
Really? I think that Mama would straight up kill me.
It's quiet.
No. Hit it good. Yeah, it is quiet. It's great. I fairly much really like this place. This place befits me.
It befits me too.
Look at all those speakers. It's like a wall of sound. Yeah, here's the one that Christa got us, for me, for our anniversary. This is awesome. But I gotta tell you what, right here is the jam. That looks so nice. Oh, now, sister, check this out. Look at there. That is no misprint. That is real.
It looks...
It's old.
But why is it?
Oh, it's the tone, sister. These things are wicked awesome tone. Clean. You
I'm thinking there's a better way you can spend $10,000.
You could get a new car. Okay, Claire, do not take your eyes off the road. Safety first. But I've got some questions for you since we're, here, just driving. First things first. How do you like driving?
I love driving.
I love driving too. Let's talk about the freedom that you feel.
Well, if I want to go do something, I have a lot more opportunity to, and you guys are a lot more lenient with that. You're just kind of like, okay, when are you going to be home? And then I tell you when I'm going to be home, and then you let me go. And that's really fun.
And when you're out there, and you know that if I turn this way or that way, I could just do that. I don't have to stay on the map. I can just go wherever I want. I loved doing that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Going and exploring your town, because the funny thing is, you were mentioning to me the same thing that happened to me, and that is this: that when you're riding around with somebody else, even if you're kind of like half paying attention, you don't learn the directions of where you're at until you're actually behind the wheel. Is that the case with you?
Yes, definitely. Because I've driven to the closest, like, small-ish big town that we do a lot of our shopping at. And it was the first time I had gone by myself. And I was like, well, this is weird. I mean, I actually had to ask my sister, am I going the right way? It was just... because you don't have to pay attention as much, so it was weird.
Yeah. So today, you and I are going to go to Wausau, and we've got a lot of stops planned, and but since Mama's not here, we got to go to the music store.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got some money. So what are your thoughts on tattoos there, Claire?
I'm not against them or people that have them, but I would have to have a monumentally good reason on why I would ever get one, because I can't take it off, and it's something that people are automatically going to prejudge because you have one, and I just don't think that's the wisest thing.
Claire on tattoos. Score. I know Caleb will love this Christmas present. Win. Oh yes, one of my favorites of all time. All right, now we're talking. When I was a kid, I played this game, and everybody was freaked out because they thought, oh my gosh, you're going to become some kind of weird Satanist or something, and it wasn't the truth at all. It's just a storytelling game. It just happens to be in a fantasy world. It pretty much taught me how to read big words.
So this is one of my favorite places. However, a lot of the books are really expensive, so what I do is every couple weeks we come, and if I'm around, we go to we go here.
Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble. I almost said Books and Noble.
Books and Noble.
And I go to particularly the faith-based section, and I look at all the books that I want to read.
Not like my section?
No.
So books you like to read.
Books I like to read. And then I kind of make a list in my head of, okay, these are ones that I really want to read, and I can read a chapter or something in the store to see if it's something I'd like to read. So far I've got a list of about 5.
Let's go check them out.
We'll see.
Let's go check them out.
And then the one I really have wanted to read for like a year is not here.
No?
They used to have it, but...
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
So they've got... There's this new one, where is it? By Francis Chan. Where did I see it?
Oh, Francis Chan's a baller.
It's new, but I don't remember where it was. But it's his new latest one, which he's great. And then I really like to see like the A.W. Tozer, all those, and there's a bunch in there.
Here's one that I like. One of my favorite authors ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
And then The Case for Christ. And then the one that's not here is called Love Defined by actually Christian YouTubers. So those are the ones that are on my list so far.
Christmas is coming. Just saying.
Just saying.
So, deep question.
Oh boy.
Chicken or the egg? What came first?
Jesus. Or God.
That is the correct answer. All right. If a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound?
Of course it makes a sound because it's crushing a bunch of other stuff.
I agree. But if a bear, say, poops in the woods, does that make a sound?
Very small sound.
Okay, so if you're in a spaceship traveling at the speed of light, like this,
Okay.
and there is a turkey going exactly the same direction, exactly the same velocity, just 10 feet in front of your turkey, would you be able to see it?
What?
All right, bits of wisdom from a teenager for teenagers. And people that are watching this, you guys, chime in. See what she says, and that, because this is not rehearsed. I just said, hey, we're going to talk about wisdom, things you've learned, maybe bits of nuggets that you know. So if you're not a teenager, you can chime in and say, yay, Claire, or, whoa, that wasn't really thought out very well.
Okay, are you ready?
Go.
Listen to your parents.
Yes!
They've been here longer than you, and you may disagree with them, and you're allowed to disagree, but that still means you have to listen.
And you still have to do what we ask.
Yes. I mean, you can have good points, and you can bring it up in a non-argumentative way, and you could say, hey, what about this? But in the end, inevitably, it's not up to you. And then...
Oh, we got more. Bring it on.
Be yourself. Don't try to be like everybody around you. And do all those crazy clothing thingies, because why?
Why would you spend $400 on dirty jeans?
I mean...
Ripped jeans.
You're gonna end up being old one day, and none of it's gonna matter. You're not gonna remember all the trends. You're just gonna remember, okay, these memories were really great, or, wow, I really ruined my time on trying to be like everybody else. And then you won't have great memories with families and friends.
If you're a fish, be a fish. Don't try to be a bird. If you're a bird, be a bird. Don't try to be a fish. Never works out.
Yeah.
Okay. Mama was asking for a flannel, and I found this one. Pretty good deal. What do you think of the colors, peeps? What do you think? Pocket on the front? Did I score?
What about this one?
I think she would like that. It'll... What do you do? This place terrifies me, Claire. I don't feel comfortable here anymore. Okay, super awkward moment. As I was getting ready to check out with Claire, Claire said she needed to use the restroom, the facilities. And I got some shirts from Mama in there, but Claire also got a few undergarments. And the cashier, there was nobody else around, just me and the cashier. And she kept looking at the clothes, and then looking at me, looking at the clothes, and sizing me up. And I'm fairly certain she thought all of these purchases were from me. And first of all, logistically, that's not going to happen. But awkward. Hey Siri, play Cannibal Corpse.
Sure thing. Now playing Cannibal Corpse.
All right, another question that we have not rehearsed in any way. This one might be a deeper one. The state of teenagers' morality today. Where do you feel like it's at? Where do you feel like it could be better? Where do you feel like, oh man, I don't even want to deal with it?
Well, if you have it on a scale of 1 to 10.
As a stereotype?
Of like the state of how good it is. 0 being it's complete moral corruption.
Like completely hellbound.
And then 10 being, sainthood. I think most teenagers these days are at like a 3.5 to 4.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah, it's bad. And I mean, a lot of times they might be kind people, but just morally in some of their actions, it's bad.
So, is there any specific area that is just pretty much stereotypically bad, or is it just individual kids who just kind of do whatever their thing is?
Mainly purity is like the biggest moral issue, I think, in kids. Just being peer pressured into doing a bunch of bad things that they may not even want to do anyway.
Where they feel like their peers will not think they're cool or something?
And then they do think they're cool because they do it, and then they just continue to do it, and that's when you get a bunch of diseases and all that nastiness.
Oh, you're talking STD land.
Yeah.
So, are there places that they're excelling in?
Academically, I feel like my generation is extremely smart in academics way, even if it might not be straight smart and able to think logically in a practical manner. But I think academically we are excelling in a very good way, especially with technology. I mean, we've grown up with it ever since we were born, so it's not something that's new. And so we have the world at our fingertips, so we have a way to learn in a way that no other generation that's ever lived has.
That's true. So, are there any potential dangers that you think might come from that kind of access to all kinds of data anywhere all the time?
When a 4-year-old has a phone and can search up whatever they want, I think you're kind of ruining that childhood.
You mean like you're saying you have experience with this?
I've seen families around me, and I mean, I think to a certain extent to expose your child to technology is not a bad thing, and in the world we live in, it might be detrimental of you to not expose them. But to a certain extent, I mean, you can't just let them have a phone, and you can't just not know what they're doing.
Well, did you know that Bill Gates and the CEO of Apple, they wouldn't let their kids have iPhones and
Not
iPads?
surprised. Not surprised, honestly.
They felt it would actually dumb people down.
It can be useful, but you have to be careful what you do with it. I mean, just like anything, all in moderation. Well, I mean, most things. I mean, there are certain things that you shouldn't do, no matter what it is and how much you do. But
Yeah. Well, what about college? You are in your senior year. You're almost halfway through.
oh yeah,
And you've picked a university that will remain undisclosed. Tell me what that feels like, because I did not go to college. I went to 3 days of like the local community college just because it wasn't for me. I went out and did entrepreneurial stuff, but that's not what we're talking about. What does it feel like to be on the verge of basically a whole brand new chapter of your life?
I'm so excited. I mean, I've always been the kind of kid that just is excited to be an adult, and I know that can be bad, but I've always just been so excited. And the thought that I'll be the first out of our immediate family, I mean, that's going to college, that's crazy, and I never thought I would get here, and now it's finally knocking at the doorstep.
All right, now, the elephant in the room, as you go to college, you have a bow.
Oh yeah.
You do, and and I will openly admit, we like him. We felt like you guys have been absolutely honorable in your relationship, open and honest. He asked for permission to do things, and even more than I probably would have even hoped to require. And you guys have been great. Is there some kind of tension or weirdness right now because you're in the lurch and he's out there doing life, and you're still here in high school?
I mean, in the very beginning, it was a little weird to find that balance of, okay, when are we going to talk? You know, what's the good balance for that? And it can be tricky just because you want to talk to them all the time. But I mean, when you really care about somebody, you want to talk to them. And it's just, like I said, it's finding a good balance. And I don't think there's really tension of he's in college and I'm not, because I know that's going to come up very soon and we're going to both be extremely even more busy. But it'll be nice because he'll be closer by. I mean, we're not going to the same school, but it'll be nicer, and I don't really feel there's a super big tension in that way.
This is kind of an odd question that just popped into my head, because a majority of our audience that watch these videos are older than 25 years old and then up to like 65 years old. That's the majority of our folks. Would there be some kind of advice you would suggest to that age group to try to help out the teens coming up? Because we can see there's a mess, but I think it's going to take more than just waiting for society to correct itself. What kind of advice would you say, hey, older generation? Claire.
I know, I see him.
Little nervy driving.
Don't worry.
Nervy driving.
I saw him. Just with relationships or just in general?
Advice in general.
Okay.
What would you suggest to them to help out the teens coming up?
Just be patient with us. I mean, we've grown up in a strange world, and it can be really hard to be clear on what is the right path. But you can't just force it on us.
You can't force it?
You can't force it. Because we need to come to the conclusion of what's right, but we can be gently guided and shown the ways of the past that really worked, and maybe stuff that didn't work. But it's got to be, it can't just be like, well, you're wrong because you were born in this generation. You're obviously a terrible person because of the circumstances you grew up in. Yes, we have choice, but it can be really hard to stray away from what's normal for us. So it just has to be, I guess, just mainly patience.
Okay. Well, with that said, I think we're going to say goodbye. The wit, wisdom, and awesomeness of Claire is fervently on display. And so I'm Brad.
And I'm Claire.
With the Big Family Homestead. Don't you keep your eyes on the road.
I had one eye on you.
She's doing good. Anyway, you guys have a blessed day.